Hello, everyone, and welcome. My name is Lynna, and you can find me online at www.scottishsunflower.com for private readings, classes, and more spiritual content. Thank you so much for joining me for today's midweek spirit messages. I hope you're having a wonderful week so far. If at any point during this reading you feel called to explore your situation more deeply, I would be honored to work with you one-on-one. You can book a private reading through my website. Today I have 5 piles laid out before us. Take a moment to relax, take a deep breath, and allow your intuition to guide you. You may be drawn to a specific number immediately, or you may want to spend a few moments focusing on the piles and seeing which one calls to you the strongest. Once you've chosen your pile, simply hold that number in your mind and I'll reveal the message Spirit has for you. Let's get started. Pile number 1. If you chose pile number 1, your message this week is about dedication, divine protection, and learning to recognize the signs that Spirit is placing all around you. Your cards are the Eight of Pentacles, Elhaz with Angelica, and Mick the Myomancer. The Eight of Pentacles tells me that you've been working incredibly hard, whether this is your career, your finances, a relationship, your spiritual gifts, or simply becoming the best version of yourself. You have been putting in the effort. Spirit wants you to know that nothing you have done has been wasted. Every lesson, every setback, and every small victory is helping you build something meaningful for your future. Next, we have Elhaz and Angelica. Elhaz is one of the strongest runes of protection. It represents divine guidance, spiritual guardianship, and knowing that you're never truly walking alone. Angelica has long been associated with healing, blessings, and protection against negativity. Together, these cards remind you that even during times when you felt uncertain or vulnerable, Spirit has been watching over you. If you've been worried about whether you're making the right choices, this card is reassurance that you are being guided and protected. Then we have Mick the Myomancer. This is such an interesting card because Mick teaches us that the biggest answers often come with the smallest details. Spirit is asking you to pay attention this week. Pay attention to the conversations you have. Pay attention to repeating numbers. Pay attention to dreams. Pay attention to songs on the radio. Pay attention to the little coincidences that seem too perfect to ignore. You may be waiting for a huge sign from the universe, but Mick says the messages are already around you. You simply have to slow down enough to notice them. Mick also brings a lesson in patience. Not every answer arrives all at once. Sometimes Spirit reveals the path one small clue at a time, allowing you to put the pieces together as you go. The overall message for pile number 1 is this: keep doing the work. Trust that you're protected. Don't become discouraged if you can't see the entire path ahead of you, because Spirit is constantly guiding you through the little signs and synchronicities that appear throughout your day. This feels like a week where you'll receive confirmation that you're on the right track. Stay observant, trust your intuition, and remember there are no accidents. The message you've been waiting for may come through the smallest detail when you least expect it. Pile number 2. If you chose pile number 2, your message this week is about healing, balance, and finding the courage to see things as they truly are. Your cards are Temperance, Uruz with Self-Heal, and Sylvanus. Temperance reminds you that healing and growth take time. Spirit is asking you to be patient with yourself and with the situations unfolding around you. You don't have to force an answer or rush a decision. Balance, moderation, and divine timing are working in your favor. Next, we have Uruz and Self-Heal. Uruz is the rune of strength, endurance, and transformation. It represents the raw power within you to overcome challenges and rebuild after difficult times. Paired with Self-Heal, this card speaks of restoration on every level: physical, emotional, and spiritual. Spirit wants you to know that healing is already taking place, even if you haven't fully recognized it yet. Then we have Sylvanus. This card is all about truth and clarity. Sometimes we wear masks because we're afraid of failing, being rejected, or not living up to our own expectations. Sylvanus gently asks us to set those fears aside and see ourselves as we truly are. Spirit is encouraging you to stop doubting your own potential. If you're making excuses, holding yourself back, or believing old stories about what you can and cannot accomplish, this card is asking you to let those beliefs go. It is time to see yourself through the eyes of Spirit instead of through the lens of fear. The overall message for pile number 2 is this: healing is happening. Your strength is returning. As you continue your journey, Spirit is helping you strip away old fears and illusions so that you can step into the person you were always meant to become. This feels like a week of honesty, self-discovery, and realizing that your greatest limitation may have been the stories you've been telling yourself. Trust the healing process. Trust your own strength, and don't be afraid to embrace your true potential. Pile number 3. If you chose pile number 3, this week's message is about joy, blessings, and allowing your dreams to take shape in the real world. Your cards are the Sun, Gabo with Orchid, and Penelope Dreamweaver. The Sun is one of the happiest cards in the entire tarot. It speaks of success, clarity, happiness, and stepping into the light after a difficult period. If you've been carrying worries or wondering if things are ever going to work out, Spirit wants you to know that brighter days are ahead. This is a card of confidence, celebration, and remembering that you deserve good things. Next, we have Gabo and Orchid. Gabo is the rune of gifts, partnerships, balance, and exchange. It reminds us that life is about both giving and receiving. Sometimes we are so busy taking care of everyone else that we forget to allow ourselves to accept help, love, and blessings in return. Paired with Orchid, a flower associated with beauty, abundance, and meaningful connections, Spirit is showing that gifts are coming into your life. These may be opportunities, friendships, love, inspiration, or unexpected blessings. Then we have Penelope Dreamweaver. I absolutely love this card. Penelope is the weaver of dreams, visions, and artistic inspiration. She weaves tapestries of light, color, and sound, bringing messages through dreams and creative expression. Spirit is asking you not to ignore your imagination this week. Pay attention to your dreams. Pay attention to the ideas that suddenly pop into your head. Pay attention to the creative projects you've been putting off. Pay attention to those quiet moments when inspiration seems to arrive out of nowhere. You know, Brian Froud always says, fairies hide what you want and reveal what you need. The message you need may come through your creativity, your intuition, or even while you're sleeping. The overall message for pile number 3 is this: allow yourself to dream bigger than you have before. Spirit is bringing happiness, opportunities, and blessings into your life, but you have to be willing to receive them. Trust your inspiration, trust your creative spark, and trust the visions that are beginning to unfold. This feels like a week of joy, imagination, and remembering that the life you're trying to create starts with believing it's possible. Spirit is helping you weave a beautiful future, one dream at a time. Pile number 4. If you chose pile number 4, your message this week is about wisdom, patience, and trusting what cannot yet be seen. Spirit is asking you to slow down and allow life to unfold in its own time. Your cards are the King of Swords, Pertho with Uva Ursi, and the Sage. First, we have the King of Swords. The King of Swords represents truth, wisdom, discipline, and clear thinking. This card asks you to take a step back from emotional reactions and look at your situation with honesty and logic. There may be a decision you're facing, a conversation you need to have, or a situation where you need strong boundaries. Spirit wants you to know that you already have the knowledge you need. Trust your intellect and don't let fear or outside opinions cloud your judgment. Next comes Pertho and Uva Ursi. Perthro is one of the most mysterious runes. It represents secrets, fate, hidden knowledge, intuition, and the things that happen behind the scenes. Not everything is meant to be known immediately, and sometimes the universe keeps information hidden until the perfect moment. Paired with Uva Ursi, a plant associated with protection, healing, endurance, and strength, this card suggests that you are being protected during a period of uncertainty. Even if you can't see the whole picture, Spirit is working behind the scenes. You don't have to force answers. You don't have to control every outcome. Sometimes the greatest wisdom comes from waiting and allowing events to reveal themselves naturally. Finally, we have the Sage. I absolutely love how this card ties the entire reading together. The Sage represents wisdom, hidden knowledge, retreat, patience, and the understanding that true power comes through experience. The Sage reminds us that not all wise people are shamans, and not all shamans are wise, but the Sage is both. Power informed by wisdom. Sometimes we have to withdraw from the noise of the world to hear our own truth. The Sage encourages you to seek answers within yourself rather than constantly looking outside for validation. You may feel called to spend quiet time in meditation, prayer, journaling, nature, or simply reflecting on your own experiences. The answers you seek are already growing inside of you. The overall message for pile number 4 is this: you do not need to rush. You do not need to have every answer today. Spirit is encouraging you to trust your intelligence, trust your intuition, and trust divine timing. Hidden pieces of the puzzle are coming together behind the scenes, and what feels uncertain now will eventually make perfect sense. This week is about patience, wisdom, and quiet confidence. Sometimes the strongest person in the room isn't the loudest one. It's the one who waits, observes, learns, and acts only when the timing is right. The sage leaves you with this reminder: your greatest strength isn't knowing everything. It's trusting that what you need to know will be revealed exactly when you're ready to receive it. Pile number 5. If you chose pile number 5, your message this week is one of emotional fulfillment, overcoming challenges, and learning to balance excitement with patience. Spirit is showing me that something you've been hoping, praying, or working towards is within reach. But don't let impatience cause you to rush the process. Your cards are the Ten of Cups, Not These with Ivy, and Lauthus the Wild. First, we have the Ten of Cups. This is one of the happiest cards in the tarot. It represents joy, emotional fulfillment, family, community, love, and dreams coming true. For many of you, this card points towards healing relationships, finding your chosen family, celebrating milestones, or finally feeling at peace after a difficult chapter. The Ten of Cups reminds you that happiness isn't some distant destination. It's already beginning to take shape around you. Spirit wants you to recognize the blessings you already have while remaining open to even greater ones that are on their way. Next comes Not These and Ivy. Not These is the rune of necessity, perseverance, and overcoming obstacles. It often appears when we feel restricted or when life seems to be moving slower than we'd like. However, this rune teaches that delays are not punishments. They are opportunities for growth and preparation. Paired with ivy, a plant associated with endurance, resilience, fidelity, and steady growth, the message becomes very clear. You are stronger than you realize. Like ivy climbing a wall, you don't have to leap to the top overnight. Slow, steady progress will ultimately take you exactly where you need to be. Any obstacles you're facing are temporary and are helping you build the strength you'll need for what's ahead. Finally, we have Lauthus the Wild. This is haste, impulsiveness, fire, spontaneity, balance. Lauthus is filled with life force and creative energy. He gets things moving and encourages action, excitement, and adventure. But there's a caution here as well. Too much fire can burn out of control. Spirit is asking you to embrace your passion and enthusiasm without letting impatience take over. It's wonderful to dream big and chase after what excites you, but make sure your actions are thoughtful and grounded. You don't have to force things to happen faster than they're meant to. Sometimes the universe says yes, but not quite yet. The overall message for pile number 5 is this: beautiful things are unfolding for you. The happiness you seek is possible and may already be much closer than you think. Any delays or obstacles you're experiencing are temporary and are helping you become stronger and wiser. Stay hopeful. Stay patient. Keep moving forward. Trust that Spirit is weaving together the perfect outcome, but don't let excitement or frustration tempt you into making impulsive decisions that could throw you off course. Lauthus wants you to enjoy the adventure, while not these remind you to persevere, and the Ten of Cups promises that emotional fulfillment is waiting on the other side. Spirit's message for you this week is simple. Keep your heart open, keep your feet on the ground, and trust that what is meant for you is already finding its way home. Thank you so much for spending part of your day with me. I hope your message resonated and gave you some clarity, guidance, or encouragement for the week ahead. I'd love to know which pile you chose, so feel free to leave a comment below and let me know how your reading connected with your current situation. If you'd like a more personalized look at your unique circumstances, you can book a private reading with me at www.scottishsunflower.com. Don't forget to like, follow, and share if you enjoy these weekly messages. It truly helps me continue creating content and reaching more people who may need a little guidance along their path. Until next time, trust your intuition, trust the signs Spirit places before you, and remember that even when the path isn't completely clear, you are never walking it alone. Many blessings, and I will see you in the next reading.